War. This is not a decision I have come to lightly. War is an option of last resort. These are the results after much discussion between me and the High Council. We prefer peace, always. But peace is only derived from strength and authority. Hey there, you guys. Welcome to Brevin Campbell 12's YouTube channel, place for all your comic book and anime reviews. And today I'm giving you guys my review of Secret Empire issue number 10. It has been a long road leading up to this place, people. It has been a long, arduous road leading up to this very issue of Secret Empire. Was it all worth it? Well, let's kind of go into this and see. So there's going to be two parts to this review. Two ways of looking at it from both angles for me. And I definitely want to just go and kind of just talk about it and what it means and what it feels like. For me, I'm going to have like kind of like this two-part however this review, because there is another aspect of Secret Empire that I do want to kind of touch on, because you kind of have to touch on it to talk about Secret Empire overall. So with this issue of Secret Empire, this final issue of Secret Empire, we really get to see, you know, the character of those Steve Rogers, the original Steve Rogers, kind of finally coming back out of the dust. Because within this issue, you know, we get this whole confrontation between Sam and Steve. And at first, it's this kind of big switcheroo where we kind of see that Sam kind of like bows down to Hydra Steve, and he's going to give himself this cosmic cube. But they finally will just a ploy so that way Ant-Man and what's the guy's name? Ant-Man and Winter Soldier could kind of get inside Kobik to kind of reach and find the other Steve. And they do reach the other Steve, and because they're able to bring him back out, so that way he can have a big face-off against Hydra Steve and take him out. We also find out in this issue when Hydra Steve tried to pick up the hammer that it was actually his mother Eliza who tricked the hammer into making him think that Hydra Steve was worthy, but he was never worthy, and he was not able to pick it up anymore. And then we see the original Steve Rogers from the past grabbing the hammer and picking it up, lifting it up off the stage, and then literally knocking Hydra Steve right out with it in this amazing cover spread of just like, you know, like Captain America defeating Hydra. It's just really amazing moment. It looks really cool. It's a really gorgeous looking cover, or cover spread, and it looks gorgeous. You get the art issue is beautiful. It is stunning, and it gets you hype for this issue. It makes you excited when you read it and you feel it and you get excited. You want to become more hyper for it. It's really well done. It's really strong and really powerful as well. It's a really powerful scene. That's how I kind of felt about this issue. This whole issue was really powerful and really strong to me. It really got me hyped to see what was going to happen going forward in the into Legacy a little bit, because like just having like the original Steve Rogers coming back, it was just what the fudge cake, you know. I'm a humongous Captain America fan, And you know, having this whole event being based around Captain America was just, it was a wonderful idea. It was a wonderful thing to do, I felt like. And I really love the way they did it. I love the way they made it all happen. It felt so natural. It felt so right to me when I was just reading it. And it's just, you get all that impact, you get all that power from just seeing like kind of like hope and honor kind of return back to the Marvel Universe again. And with that last page where you kind of see like the people coming together as one and building this house together, of like everyone uniting, you know, that we can all like show love and hope to each other, and that we can all be nice to one another. And it's such a good message, and it's such a nice and sweet message as well. And it's something that I really think really can resonate with people and everyone who kind of can read this issue of Secret Empire and really love it, really embrace it. In my opinion, it's a really just great issue for me, and I really highly recommend this one, you guys. This was just amazing. But you cannot talk about Secret Empire, this whole of it overall, without also bringing up, you know, there's other series, two series really. Both Steve Rogers Captain America and Sam Wilson Captain America both dealt with very interesting issues, very topical issues, issues that really resonated with people and what's going on in our world today. And it was a really powerful way of talking about all these issues and discussing all these issues and kind of like making them matter, making them mean more today. And you know, when you read both of these stories, along with Secret Empire, you cannot not think of kind of the political aspects of Secret Empire and the political aspects of this story overall, of this kind of fascist, this totalitarian man taking over the entire world, pretty much, and making him bow down to his will. Because, you know, he had pretty much the state of the entire world at his beck and call. You know, the entire world was at Steve Rogers' beck and call, and like everyone kind of had to bow down to him. You know, and you know, people like really looked up to Captain America, and they really believed in what Captain America stood for, and without any thought, they just gave away all their freedom, all their ideas, all their injustices to one character who they just believed so wholeheartedly in, for no real reason. And I mean, they have a reason obviously, but you know, when you kind of like give so much credit to one person, to one idea, this one dictatorship pretty much. And that's really what kind of I feel like Secret Empire really hits home about. And it's those topical issues that really make Secret Empire such an amazing and introspective idea and read. Without, and it doesn't, and what I love about it, that it doesn't do by beating you over the head with it. This is gonna be kind of me also going into like a little bit of a political tirade about, you know, the state of Marvel right now. You read Iceman, about this kind of gay ice character with these powers, and it's literally just about him being gay. It's literally just about him just being a gay character, and it's not very, it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't feel earned at all. You go read America, and you didn't read like how like all America really was ended up being, was just about this one character, just talking about how Mexican and gay she was, and that was all that really story really represented. And then you read Champion, which was so horrible in its latest issue. It was really just like this really tirade about the political state of America, but it was done in a way that didn't feel natural and right to the situation that they were in. But then when I read Secret Empire, when I read Sam Wilson, when I read Steve Rogers, it's telling a more political story. Why the entire world is like our world pretty much, and it's supposed to be trying to represent our world, and it's trying to like say something like that's actually important without beating you over the head, without like making it like a big deal. And it feels natural and it feels genuine to me. And that's kind of why I love Secret Empire as much as I did, and why I enjoyed reading it as much as I did. And I thought it was such an interesting way of telling this storyline. Even if that storyline got really long and bloated as it kept going and going. Yeah, now I'm kind of going into my negatives about this series overall. Yeah, this storyline, like, I'm not going to say, like, it lasted too long, because I think that, you know, when you have a Hydra regime and you're trying to take down an entire Hydra regime, that's going to take some time. That's going to take a little bit of time to kind of destroy this evil Hydra empire. And I get that. But the depressing angle, I think around issue 6, where the depressing angle just got way too much for me. You were doing depressed for way too long. You had the heroes down their luck for way too long. And because of that, like, it ended up not mattering as much for a lot of different people. Not for me, because I got it all. I got the build-up. I got what it meant. But for a lot of people, reading Secret Empire at the time, they felt like it was becoming too much. It was becoming too much of a hassle to read every week, because it just kept getting worse and downer, and it kept lowering itself more and more. And for a lot of people, that was kind of the problem with the issue. And that was definitely something that was there for the most part. But anyway, you guys, yeah, that's pretty much my real thoughts on Secret Empire, issue number 10. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the issue of Secret Empire, issue number 10. Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Did you guys have fun with it as much as I did? What do you guys thought about this event overall? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are going to say they hate this event. I get that. I understand that. I understand people who also didn't like this event a lot. I get people who kind of have mixed feelings about it. This event definitely had its highs and lows, but for me it definitely came out on the high point. Then it came out on the positive than anything else, and that's one thing I can say that I really liked about it. But anyway, you guys, remember my dog Secret Empire, issue number 10. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this issue, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.